Hola, hello, hey, what's up? What you doing? How you doing, everybody? Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back to this special version of the two Dum Yinzers. Uh, I do want to start by saying congratulations to everybody on the show. This is episode 500. Give yourself
Whoa!
Whoop,
Whoa!
whoop.
give yourself a pat on the
Let's
back, everybody.
go.
We made it this far. I was gonna plan big celebrations and do a lot of things, but you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. This is only part of what I want to get done. So to me, 500 is just a little bit more exciting than one, two, three, and 400 was. We'll do some stuff this week to celebrate, but guys, we have so much further to go, so
Oh,
much more
yes,
we
we
want to
do.
do,
Yes, we
and
do.
Yes, we
this is just
do.
a notch along the way. So again, congratulations, guys. Thank you for hanging in there. Thank you for all the great work that you've done. And I look forward to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds more. So
Thousands of more.
thousands
Thousands
more,
more.
Yes, thousands more.
thousands more. So great job, guys. This is episode 500. Welcome. We are a little on a late schedule today. I was stuck at the radio station a little bit longer than I would have liked to have been this morning, but nonetheless, we are back. We're back. We're back for episode
Back and ready
500.
to go.
This is such a big show today. We got so much to talk about. Um, I want to say, guys, I already miss football.
Me too.
I you know
Me too. I've seen too many posts of people going, of baseball fans going, "Don't worry, we got you. Oh yeah, it's our time." Like, no one cares about baseball. It's
We got the
70 some
UFL though.
days until free agency, or like what, 50 days till free agency. I
well the
I'm ready to go.
well the 2024 season is now underway. Everybody is 0-0, and then we do have that to look forward to. We don't have football to look forward to next week per se, which is what I'm talking about. I just missed that. I missed having a game to look forward to, something to talk about, something to just be on top of. But
Mhm.
guys, that is gone. It is done. We have a Super Bowl 58 champion, and now all 32 teams start to work
Yep.
to move towards next season in hopes to becoming the next Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, it starts now. You gotta your in-house free agents, start talking to them, start planning on who, what unrestricted and restricted free agents you plan on keeping. You got to work out the franchise tag, the transition tag, the draft, free agency. It doesn't stop, man. It goes now. You're reevaluating your roster. You're taking a look at this game, going, all right, what guys on our roster can help us compete against these two elite teams? You know, it's just a lot for all the other 30 teams to figure out. Actually, I want to say all 31 teams in this league need to figure out how to beat Kansas City.
Absolutely.
Because we saw this was supposed to be their down cycle.
Yeah.
They traded away Tyreek Hill
Yeah.
and they win two back-to-back Super Bowls. This was the years that they were supposed to be bad, and they won.
Guys, we could all cheer, we could all relax, we could all kind of be happy that San Francisco didn't win. And I want to talk about this a little bit to begin with. Steelers are 6-2 in the Super Bowl. San Francisco is 5-3. Kansas City's now 4-2. And I brushed on this last week. These fans are they getting unbelievably annoying with who you should want to win, who you should
Mm-hmm.
be rooting for. Listen, I have my reasons,
Yeah.
and I like the fact that San Francisco doesn't have six Super
Yeah.
Bowls. And that
Same
was
here.
my reason. And you know what, for me, that's good enough. And
Mm-hmm.
now how many people over the past 3 days I've seen
Oh yeah.
on Facebook and on just social media telling you how dumb you are for rooting for the other team, or whatever it goes
Mm-hmm.
against what it is their belief is. um I've had it to hear, and I thought,
Yeah.
when did people get this annoying with it?
I don't know. It feels like this year it became the
The
the topic
thing.
du jour amongst fans online of you're not a true fan of your team unless you root for this team. Unless you like I me personally, I like yeah, I didn't want to see San Francisco get their sixth and tie us in New England. But at the same time, I would have been happy for some of those guys on that team that I like Javon Hargraves. He came here as a Steeler. Brock Purdy. What kind of that would be a great sports story? Mr. Irrelevant to Super Bowl champ knocking off, Patrick Mahomes.
See, that does nothing for
Shanahan
me.
getting a Super Bowl just like his dad. There were nice stories over there that, as a sports fan, I'd be like, I could
As a
root for
San
that.
Francisco fan, them sound fabulous. To me, it doesn't mean much. I'm gonna
Yeah.
read you guys. I'm gonna read you something that I got from somebody. Okay, so he initially posted why you should be rooting for San Francisco. The person responded, well, they said it's meaningless. It's meaningless to want Kansas City to win. So the person that responded said it's not meaningless, but we should have basically saying what we said. Okay, we don't
Yeah.
want them to get that fifth Super Bowl, their
Yeah.
sixth Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So this is what the main poster says. It's I can't even tell you the amount of zeros he puts it. It's so annoying. He said it's 1,000,000,000,000% meaningless stat. Yinzers boohooing over the Niners getting a possible six ring over three times more games than the Steelers did is just dumb. And Tomlin is here to stay. He's leaving when he wants. Your best. You're beating a dead horse. It's hilarious. Why be so
Negative.
why be
Yeah.
like that? Why
Yeah.
who cares who anybody else? It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you want to win. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter who Derpy roots for. It doesn't matter, Mike. None of this stuff. The fact that people get this upset and
Yeah.
put this kind of energy into making other people feel like shit,
Mm-hmm.
whatever reason they have, I like the idea of having more Super Bowls in San
Me
Francisco.
too.
Okay?
Yeah. Like,
Yep.
that's a point of pride. The same thing like the Yankees, the Canadians, the the Celtics, the Lakers. Like, they can point, like, look, we have more championships than you. We have more than you. We're
Right.
we have a
That's
richer history
that's
than you.
and you're
That,
trying
as
to
a
tell me
fan, that's
that
what
you're
you
a better
want.
fan than me? A better fan would to me would be somebody who's going to take pride in what they have.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say, San Francisco hasn't won a Super Bowl in 30 years. Well, Pittsburgh hasn't won one in 15. Well, guess what? We have six. And at the end of the day, people are going to go, oh, that's just your key. You know what? That's the right you have when you have the
Yeah.
most more than anybody else. You get to say that you have the more than anybody else
Yeah.
all the way until that is
Yeah.
no more. And
Yeah,
if that would have
everyone-
happened last night with San Francisco winning, that would have happened no more. So me, in a logical way of thinking, says you would want to root for against San Francisco so they don't
Yeah.
get that Super Bowl. Oh, boo hoo! Patrick Mahomes is going to win again. Boo hoo!
So
So what? It's obvious that this is the team of right now. And you
Yeah.
know what? If you can't take that, then you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Look back in the 60s with the Packers. Look back in the 70s with the Steelers. Look back in the 80s with the Niners. Look back in the 90s with the Cowboys. Look back in the 2 decades with the Patriots. You
Mhm.
are obviously fighting against anything that even resembles common sense
Yeah.
in supporting your team. And I'm not shitting on you because I think that you picked the wrong way. I'm shitting on you because I think what you said is absolutely stupid and it's illogical.
Like, one of the biggest regrets of my sports fandom is not respecting the fact what the Patriots were doing. I got caught too much in the moment of they're stealing our championships, they're stealing our thunder, they're stealing, they took our,
Right.
they caught up to us. I Instead of enjoying like what I saw, now that I'm older, I look back what Tom Brady and those Patriots did. Yeah, there are some cheating allegations in there. They probably did, but they won a shit ton of games. They won a lot of Super Bowls
Yeah.
in that time. That's an incredible feat to be relevant for 20 years straight.
That's like
And
saying,
so I'm like enjoying this ride with the Chiefs, and I think
do
the
you think the
Chiefs have.
Patriots fans are out there going, well, we better vote for we better root for Kansas City because you would think they don't want San Francisco to have as many as they had.
Mhm.
Your team worked hard to become the best, to have
Yeah.
more than anybody else. Can't you enjoy that?
Yeah,
And again, if you want Kansas City to win so bad, why are you going to shit on other people
Yeah.
that don't want the same thing?
exactly.
I don't mind Kansas City. For one,
Mm-mm.
that it means nothing to me. And here's the thing: if they think that it has nothing to do with anything, in 10 years from now, you're going to look at this and you're going to say, "Oh, wow, look at that Kansas City won. They built a nice little dynasty for themselves. Good for them." Or you could say, "Well, that's when the 49ers caught us and possibly
Yeah.
passed us beyond." So again, I go by the logic that I'm thinking, and again, I'm not. I don't think that I'm that far off. And
No.
if I am, I'm not gonna shove it down your throat and tell you're not a Steeler fan
Yeah.
because of who you're rooting for. These people were out of control, Mike.
Yeah, and me, like, if my team's not in it, I usually root. Here's how I do it. If we loot, a team beats us, okay, I want that team to kind of go on and win, to say, hey, yeah, we lost, but we lost to the eventual champions. Or, Kansas City, they're from our conference. I want the AOC to be as strong as it can be and to rack up the most championships, to be the strong conference. I hated it when the NFC dominated the late 80s, early 90s.
Now, let me ask you this. If the Patriots were in it next year, this year, and they could have won their 7th, I wouldn't have been rooting for the AFC team.
Right there. That's when I flipped to being the Steelers fan.
My logic is I try to root, and again, your rooting means absolutely nothing to the outcome of the game. So for you to be attacking people for who they're rooting for is 100% fucking ridiculous. It's 1,000,000,000,000% ridiculous. And if you would have wanted the Patriots to win and they would have passed you, you see what I'm saying? Everybody that I root for is generally for the betterment of the Steelers' reputation, as of how people see them. As that people see them the best. I like having my team being the best. I don't know. We have the Pirates. We know how that feels.
Yeah.
And I like the way it feels to be the best. Not everybody can be it. So the people that are it, they have that. They get that. That's the victors goes to spoils, right?
Exactly. I'm happy that it sucked when New England caught us, but right now, okay, that's fine. There's only 2 teams where we're at, and I want to keep it that way for as long as possible. I will root for Casey up until they win their 5th Super Bowl. Then from then on, I don't want them to win anymore.
Maybe they're not old enough to remember when we had 4 and we got passed up in the 90s by the Niners.
Oh, the one for the chase for
the Cowboys.
One for the thumb. Yeah, it sucked. Because we were the first to win 4.
Right.
We wanted to be the first to win 5. We couldn't get that. Then we were the first to win 6. That was something special. Then, New England came along and had to put a little damper on that.
I got to honestly say, I could give 2 shits less that the Kansas City Chiefs won. Is it going to eventually get annoying? Yes. And maybe to some people, it's already gotten to that point to them. But I got to say, for me, it isn't. I'm just not there yet.
No, me either.
Again, they're 4-2 in Super Bowls. They just now got their 4th. It's going to take more than this. And again, somebody's going to eventually beat them. They're not going to win every single year. They're going to get knocked out. They're going to get eliminated. They're going to, as they did against the Buccaneers in the Super Bowl a couple years back. There's going to be years. It's not going to go on forever, guys. Here's a interesting number that stood out to me as I'm watching the game yesterday. Patrick Mahomes has never, ever, 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 ever led after the first half in any of his 4 Super Bowl appearances.
That's insane. That
is insane.
How that just shows you how good he is and how good those teams have been, that they've been able to overcome that adversity. But you would think at some point, that's how good if they have been, they would have a lead in the first quarter or the first half somewhere.
And as you were saying, Mike, I mean, this was supposed to be the team that was supposed to have some downtime.
Oh yeah.
They lost their Tyreek Hill. They lost, they have a weakened offensive line compared to, past few years. They didn't have a first round bye this year. They played a divisional round on the road. They played the AFC Championship on the road. So this team did everything that it needed to do. And you know what? I think that's more exciting. And again, if I could sit there and think, okay, well, that was a pretty cool bunch of events that happened, opposed to saying, well, this sucks. The Niners tied us, and now we're tied with 2 teams, and now it's more of a burden for us to try to win another championship. And again, Mike, I can't get over some of the stupid things that I read on social media over the weekend. Really, really, really got to me. I seen a guy that said, why is Taylor Swift so popular, but nobody's talking about Ciara? Ciara. I don't even know who this is. I'm going to be honest.
That's Russell Wilson's wife.
Okay. So
maybe because Taylor Swift just won her 14th flipping Grammy.
Well, that's what the person responded, said. They're like, well, maybe, I mean, she's a billionaire. She's making the league a bunch of money. And the person said, I can't imagine this has anything to do with pigment of their skin. And the person that responded said, the only color that matters here is green.
Green
You
is
would have
green.
the
Green.
amount of money that Taylor Swift pulls compared to Sierra. Another person says, well,
Yeah.
she is dating one of the football players. A chick chimes in and says, well, Sierra married a football player, which has nothing to do with this football game or any games that were relevant over the past month.
No.
People just get so stupid.
It's about green.
And the thing is, I'm kind of glad.
I'm
kind of glad this is done now, because
yeah,
once people run out of things to talk about, once your team's done and you're, everybody's chiming in, it's just it's
like
dumb as
if
shit, man.
like if Beyonce never married Jay-Z and started dating a football player, she would be the one all plastered all over the NFL.
Right.
That's that's who would be all over the place. It would be Beyonce. Why? Because she's one of the greatest singers of all time in pop music. She's one of the biggest pop stars of all time. Won a shit ton of Grammys. Replace her and Taylor Swift, you would have the same type of exposure and the same type of backlash. Sierra. When I first heard of Sierra, I thought it was like a new type of male enhancement pill, like Cialis.
I gotta be completely honest. I know even less about Sierra than I do Taylor Swift, and
I know Sierra Mist. That's about it.
I promise you that has nothing to do with the pigment of her skin. I think that is
because I knew Ice Spice when I saw her and Jason Kelsey.
I don't even know what an Ice Spice. I kept seeing that name pop up too, but I have no clue what an Ice Spice is.
Oh, she was the cute one with the red hair.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't watch football for this. I got to be honest with you guys.
I've been watching more football to get caught up on pop culture.
I'm taking my notes. I have my notebooks out. I got pages everywhere. I got prop bets I'm trying to keep up on. I had scores. I got the summary of the game that I'm writing down. Ice
Spice.
I got to be honest with you. Ice Spice was the last thing to cross my mind, and I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. Please don't tell me. I don't know what color Ice Spice is. Please don't tell me. I have no interest in this person. White, black, Chinese, red, whatever. Please, I don't care to know. Let's move on.
I can pull up an image for you.
I just wish that you would.
I won't do it. You don't look like you're in the mood for a picture of Ice Spice. Maybe tomorrow I'll put one up for you.
The Kansas City Chiefs are the team of the 20s now.
Yes, they are.
As if they followed basically the same track that the Dallas Cowboys did. They did it early in the decade.
Yeah.
Which could create controversy later in the decade if another team would pop up and do something similar. The Cowboys did this, and then the Broncos came and they won back-to-back in the late 90s. But you know what people said? You know what? That's only two. So you can't really compare that with the 3 of 4 that the Dallas did. But as of right now, the Chiefs are the team of the 20s. They have the first back-to-back Super Bowl championship since the Patriots did it 20 years ago, which is weird. For some reason, I thought there was somebody that did it back-to-back.
Yeah, it felt a lot,
with New England
more recent.
Yes. With New England being in there every year, it really felt like they did it, more recent.
It's kind of like, when the Penguins were the first team to go back-to-back since Detroit when they did it. It felt like it was a lot sooner than that because a lot of teams were there like 2 years in a row, winning one, losing one, then winning the third or fourth year down. So, yeah, it felt the same.
Yeah, it really did. So there you go. There's your team, Chiefs. The Chiefs guys, they were your Super Bowl champions. Super Bowl 58. We are now on to the next. Super Bowl 59 will be next. And these are your 2024 Super Bowl odds, guys. They are already out. The San Francisco 49ers sit at the top with a plus 500. Kansas City 750, Baltimore 900, Buffalo 950, Cincy 1200, Detroit 1200, Miami 1600, and Dallas 2000. Those are your top 8 teams going into next season by way of Vegas. It is what it is. We will see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I always find it funny that when it's never the team that wins is the favorite for next year.
You're right. It's always
the team that loses too, or the next one down is always the favorite. It would be kind of funny to see Kansas City be the first team to go 3 for 3.
Yeah, it would be interesting.
That would be interesting.
Jennings' wide receiver touchdown throw was the first since Antoine Randall did it.
It felt like the back-to-back. It felt like there was one at least somewhere else in that range.
Right. I mean, you had that one where they did the that trick play that Philadelphia did,
Yeah,
where
the
they,
Philly. Yeah.
you know, and things like that make me feel like that, that it's been more recent. However, it's not. What else? What other kind of things? What other? Yeah, there's so much, guys. I do want to
There's
talk
a
about.
lot that happened in that game.
There's a
There's a
lot
lot
that
that happened in
happened.
that game last night.
Kelsey, I had no problem with this. I
No.
played I played sports. I played
Yep.
football, and you know what? I've had coaches run me over on the
Mm-hmm.
sideline. I had coach will grab
Yeah.
you up. It's in the heat of sports. I've seen a lot of people that totally had a good afternoon, Ralph. It was a good competitive Super Bowl.
It
I would
was.
agree.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah, but I had
but
no problem with what Kelsey
I
did.
seen people up and down.
They were like, "Oh, he should have been benched." Blah blah
What a
blah. Like,
disgrace! He shouldn't have played
no,
another
like
down.
those guys have been together for how long?
Right.
He saw Jason Kelsey grow up into the player he's become. They have a bond. They have an understanding, and I think Coach Reed, like any of his starters would have done that, he probably would have had the same reaction of, you know what, hey, let's talk this out and figure it out, because it came from a place of good. He wants to be out there. He wants to be out there and win. He wasn't on the field when the turnover happened. He's, coach, keep me out there. I will, when I'm out there, this stuff won't happen. And guess what? He put his money where his mouth was. He had one catch for 1 yard, and then second half he ended up being the leading receiver in the Super Bowl. So he wanted to be out there, and he proved his point that, yeah, coach, put me out there and I'll do it. And Andy Reid trusted him. They have that relationship.
Again, as a competitive person,
Yeah, it happens.
Here at the studio when we're working on things,
Uh-huh.
we've been in heated arguments. Should that
Mm-hmm.
mean that we should never do the show again? No, it means that
No.
in my opinion, it's
No.
we care what it is we're doing,
Exactly.
and we're working hard to get it done. And sometimes your temper gets the best of you. I seen zero wrong with what happened. I got to tell you though, the look on Andy Reid's face, I wouldn't have been surprised if he shit himself though.
He was like, he caught me off guard.
Man,
It did produce the best memes last night.
Oh,
yeah.
you're making me look bad in front of my girlfriend.
Yes, exactly, Mike.
And
Exactly.
then AJ Brown, he chimes in. That was me. I would have been kicked out of the league. Well, you cause problems.
Yeah.
When a guy causes problems, you can't compare yourself with somebody who doesn't. And
No,
that's and that's another problem with something I've seen online. Oh, because AJ Brown's a black guy. That's bullshit. AJ Brown causes problems. This guy doesn't cause problems.
I guarantee
you treat different people different ways depending on how their character, how they act, how they respond.
Yeah. If Chris Jones, their star defensive tackle, come over and did that, Andy Reid would have reacted the same way. Oh, my star defensive tackle wants to be out there in the key situation. All right, let's talk this out and figure it out.
Got so ridiculous to where people aren't even talking about football anymore. Everyone's now we're going to all talk about race. Nobody wants, this is the Super Bowl. This is the last thing I want to do is read about racial differences and problems. And you think you're going to get thrown out because you're a black guy and they didn't play this girl because it's bullshit. And again, I'm happy that part of it's done, because it really separates the people who don't know what the hell they're talking about. Because when you run out of things to talk about because you don't know football as much, you tend to talk about this stupid shit that really is irrelevant to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying AJ Brown doesn't know football. He knows plenty, but this is just over the weekend, the more and more I've seen, the more and more I couldn't wait for the Super Bowl to get over with, and this is what I wait for all year. So also, guys, the field goal records last night in the Super Bowl were topped, putting new numbers at 1 and 2.
Yep.
San Francisco's kicker kicked a 55-yard field goal. The Chiefs kicker kicked a 57-yard field goal.
I believe it was, 57, 59.
So a couple new record holders in the Super Bowl. I think that's cool.
That was awesome.
like that. Yeah, the San Fran's kicker, his record lasted just as long as Aaron Rodgers' season. It ended just as fast. It did.
I saw that. It's funny, man. But as if you're a football fan, you like to see records be broken. You like to see, because you've seen that in your lifetime. Because before you and I, when we were younger, you heard about the things from the 70s where we obviously weren't old enough to recall. And then you live and you see, you're like, oh, cool, that's cool. He made a record. Willie Parker runs a 75. He tied the longest run longest touchdown run in the Super Bowl, and you like to see these things in your life. So I'm pretty pumped up. We got to see a couple new field goal records. It's just gonna be wild because 20 years from now, guys are gonna be kicking 75-yard.
Oh yeah, like they're doing 70-yarders in pregame.
You're right,
like they're nothing. These kickers now, like we talked about this before, man. We used to see Gary Anderson kick a 50-yarder and be like, oh my God, is anyone ever going to kick anything longer? Morton Anderson kicks a 52. Oh my goodness. Oh, what are we going to do? Now they're kicking 60s like they're nothing.
Another thing that, a lot of people are complaining about going into was Taylor Swift. We're going to have to see her all night. And I'm going to be honest with you. They did very well through the first half. I think I seen her one time, and that was when Post Malone was singing God Bless America. They literally showed her for about 4 seconds. And I thought, okay, people have nothing to complain about. And then in the second half, when things started getting a little bit more,
it went haywire.
I literally took notes every time they showed her, and I can't even begin to count how many times in the second half. But as the game wound down, it's expected. Kelsey made a big play.
Yeah, you gotta get it. Yeah, it'd be like
you gotta get a shot.
Show it like someone's parents.
It wasn't like they got her up there singing. It wasn't like it was the Taylor Swift show. It was, as you said, it was this. I seen Jason Kelsey just as much, I think.
Yeah.
And Debbie Kelsey and
Donna Kelsey.
Donna Kelsey. So, and I didn't have any issues with Taylor Swift. Again, that's something else. Again, the complaining was just, it was unbearable this weekend. It was unbearable. Close defensive match throughout the course of the first half of this game. No two ways about it. I believe it was 10-3 at halftime.
Oh yeah.
And
I fell asleep in the first half.
Yeah, that's like pre-show. Derpy was saying the first half was boring. I thought it was just a great.
Don't get me wrong,
game.
it was boring.
It was a great defensive game. No two ways about it. Then you get in the second half and things start happening. There was a couple key fumbles through the course of the game that could have really turned things around one way or another.
If CMC doesn't fumble on that first drive and they go down and score, I think it's ball game.
See, good afternoon, Brian. I seen the one right before the game. Whenever Post Malone was singing, I did not see. I don't know how I missed. I didn't see the first 3 that you were saying that was on. I do have a note of every time that I did see her on TV, but again, was it overbearing though? I mean, were you to the point where you're like, I can't watch this because of Taylor Swift? I don't really feel that it ever got to that point. And it
never felt like gratuitous shots. Like when she first started showing, it was like every 5 seconds they were showing her.
And you had Juan Valdez Scantling. He scored his touchdown. Then you got in the fourth quarter,
the conquistador.
Then there was a block field goal, and then the guy, I can't recall who the receiver was. What was the play? The receiver was running the wrong way, like DJ.
Who was that? Shit,
I don't remember, but he ran the wrong. Was
that Scantling again?
It might have been Juan Valdez Scantling.
It was Deontay Johnson in disguise.
That was the first thing I thought of. I thought, my God, that is Deontay Johnson. Why do you keep running back? Fall, if anything.
Yeah, because he got hit and then tried to make a move and then just kept running backwards. Like,
no,
just fall. It's like, just fall. Like,
yeah.
I get it. You're trying to make a guy miss and go forward, but at that point, just fall down or don't even catch the ball at that point.
So the game goes to overtime, which we'll go over our picks here shortly, but I did take the Chiefs in overtime in this game. I had a little bit more high scoring. I said 33-27.
We almost had the overtime.
And it was a 6-point. It was on a touchdown. I picked that it was going to be 33-27. I was just a little high. Mike, you did also pick the 49ers in this game. I'm sorry, the Chiefs in this game.
I had them, 28-22?
You had the Chiefs winning 28-22. So we both overshot. We both overshot on our tiebreakers. You had 50. I had more than that. And of course, the tiebreaker in this game was 47. Derpy, on the other hand, you landed under. You had 45 points on your tiebreaker, but you picked the wrong team.
Yeah.
If you would have picked KC, you would have won. But I
win, Derpy.
I guess nobody wins.
No, I win.
No, you went over.
I don't care if I went over. I was off.
That's the purpose of the tiebreaker.
Yeah, I know, but I'm taking it. I am taking the win.
So we'll flip a coin. Also, we do have other things, guys. We got to get into Derpy in his big.
Oh yeah, Derpy.
Derpy had a big competition against Mike's son last week on some prop bets. We're going to go over that here real soon because I just can't wait. I just can't wait to find out who won this. Derpy, how you feeling? You feeling confident on the prop bets?
I am not feeling confident.
You're not feeling too confident?
No, I am not actually.
Derpy.
I think your son won.
Well, let me take a look. See,
I don't know, Derpy.
Let me take a look. See here. They were. How long was the national? Was the national anthem 2 minutes? Coin toss. Was the first play a pass or a run? Was the first score a touchdown or field goal / safety? Was there going to be Was there going to be an onside kick, or was there going to be a 2-point conversion? Was Jason Kelsey going to take his shirt off? Who was going to have the ball last? The color of the Gatorade, which they failed me this year. There was no Gatorade poured on Andy Reid. This must have been something that was.
It was purple.
Was it?
Yeah, I saw a clip.
It was purple.
I was watching the news and they showed it, and it was purple.
Did they
Gatorade.
not have it on the game? Because I did not see it.
It might not have been live. Yeah, but
I thought Andy Reid had a conversation with everybody and said, "Hey, if we win, don't."
He was like, "You poured some chicky nuggies on me."
And then also the MVP was going to be a quarterback. So those were the 10 different prop bets that we did have between Derpy and Mike's 5-year-old son. So we will get into that to see if Derpy is smarter than a 5-year-old. That's coming up next. But yeah,
on, I'm rooting for you, Derpy. I am. I'll root against my own kid.
I guess we do have to have a coin toss, guys. I wasn't aware of this and I didn't realize, but Mike, you overshot on your. No, you didn't. But no, you didn't. You win because the Chiefs won.
Yeah,
Chiefs won. There's no tie. You're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right, relax.
Jeez.
So
and
Mike did.
No one
Mike finally.
Quit rubbing it in my face.
Mike finally wins.
And I called the outcome, like, San Fran would score, and then Casey goes down and gets the win. I called that.
Well, that's every game.
That's
Kelsey tackled him in roid rage.
What cut was it? Purple? Can somebody confirm this?
It was purple.
It was purple.
All right. Well, that doesn't change the bet because you didn't win because of that. But we will get into that just a sec. I didn't catch the bath. Damn it! How didn't I catch that?
It was purple, man.
And I'm watching. I'm thinking, when are they going to pour it on him? They started pulling out the stage, and he hadn't got it yet. When did he get it? When did he get the
I don't know.
Yeah.
I turned it off as soon as they scored.
Also,
as soon as they scored.
Here's something encouraging, guys. Real quick. In 1909,
we're going all the way back.
The Pirates beat the Detroit Tigers.
Oh, God.
In 2009, the Penguins beat the Detroit Red Wings. So we are on schedule, guys, to beat the Detroit Lions in the Super Bowl in 2109. 2109.
Let's go.
You say 2109.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's go. Let's book those tickets, boys.
I'll put my deposit down.
2109. If you go,
I'm going to be frozen next to Ted Williams' head in Walt Disney. You thaw me out when 2109 comes about, and hopefully Pittsburgh still has a franchise.
Of course, a lot of debate going into the weekend prior to the Super Bowl with this with the TJ Watt snub, with the different people that disagree, which is fine. You're allowed to disagree in this country. I wish that people would remember this and say that everybody can have their own opinion. But I think that there's where I'm going with this. What I was going to say.
I was trying to figure out where you were going.
Yeah. No, what I was saying is this. So with that being said, so TJ Watt, who got the leading sacks again, which Micah Parsons doesn't think that that's even anything.
Check
Micah Parsons.
check
the stats.
Stats don't matter. Then it's next day. Stats matter. Check the stats.
It all depends on what you're arguing and who you're arguing. But my point to this, guys, I don't want to get into TJ Watt. We're talking Super Bowl here. But just think, we picked TJ Watt over Patrick Mahomes in that draft. So do what you want with that.
He was picked what 10th?
I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
All I know
10th.
is we
He
could
was picked
have
10th.
Patrick Mahomes, but we have TJ Watt, and we do have our 19 sacks, guys. So
But
do
we
what you
still
want
had
with
Big
that.
Ben playing well at the time when we drafted him.
Yeah, but you had to know that Big Ben's career was coming to some kind of it. I mean,
They were
17,
hoping.
he was already banged up in his surgeries, and come on. I mean, if we were a smart organization, we would have went after somebody like
Well,
this.
like you just remember when he was coming out, Mahomes was still graded as he was a project because
How's that working out for
he
him?
was spread. No, I'm just pointing out. He was a project. I thought he was a good pick because I saw what he did out there. I don't care if it was in that air
Well,
raid
looking in
system. Dude was
hindsight,
great.
the
Dude was
point
great.
being
Oh yeah, in
is
hindsight, we should have traded up.
hindsight, we have a guy that
10.
won 3 of the last Super Bowls or 3 of the last 4 Super Bowls, or we have a guy that got the sack championship 3 times. So
That's all that matters in Pittsburgh, baby, is sacks. We don't care about
that's what
Super
they keep
Bowls.
telling us.
It's all about the sacks. Not about run defense. It's all about the sacks.
It's what they keep, and I seen some plays by their defense by Bosa when he kind of made some of them. Remember when Watt used to make them nice plays in the backfield where he would come in and he would
Bosa reminds me of a younger
ran
Watt.
across the line and made that one arm tackle on somebody that was going left.
Yeah.
I seen Bosa do that last night. Oh man, the memories.
Yeah. That's how Watt was up until that 20 sack season. Then it just became all about the sacks. Forget about the run defense.
Oh, all right, guys. Now it's time to talk about what's important. Did you love? Did you like? Did you or did you dislike the halftime show? Because somebody seems to have a strong opinion, no matter which way you look at it,
Yeah.
about the Usher halftime show.
I liked it. Not a big Usher guy, but
See, Usher does nothing for me. He's an attractive person who's built well. He sings good R&B music, and it's all towards women. That really does nothing for me at all.
But then Luda came out. I
got to tell you, well, let me get to Luda. I'm working my way there.
Okay.
Well, at
I
first,
went in the other room and rested.
I'm thinking to myself, at least, well, maybe, my first thought was when I see this guy come out here and it's Usher and he's, all handsome and singing and all the girls are going crazy. I'm thinking, man, whatever happened to the days when we had the wardrobe malfunction? At least we could, if you show us a nipple, you have my attention. I just can't imagine that most people, and nothing against Usher, nothing. I imagine he's probably an amazing artist. But man, he just does nothing for me, and I would imagine 99% of other men. But you know what? There he is taking his shirt off. He had a wardrobe malfunction. He took his shirt off. So if you're there to see a nipple, I guess there you go. But to me, he kind of puts me in mind of that Egbert. Have you ever seen? Remember Egbert on Foghorn Leghorn, the Bug Bunny commercial, the Bug Bunny cartoon? That little chick, the little nerd. That's what he looks like. Look, pull up Egbert real quick, Mike. This is what Usher looks like.
He does not want to pull him up.
Huh?
He does not want to do.
I'm getting there. I want to keep yapping.
You're taking your time, though.
No, I'm not. I'm actually scrolling through everything I need to do to get to Egbert.
There you are.
I am. All right, keep talking about Egbert.
So do you know Egbert, Derpy?
Yes, I do.
I don't know. Just something about him reminds me of Egbert. And then Little John, and then Little John, Little John and Ludacris, they come, they save the day, which I thought couldn't have came sooner. Now I'm entertained by these guys. So say what you, there it is. There's Usher.
Egbert.
There's Usher performing last night at halftime, right on Mike's screen. This is what I see when I see Usher. But as I said,
I think Egbert's going to stay there the rest of the show.
But then, I like Ludacris. I like Ludacris. At least he's a good, he's a good rapper. And Lil Jon, he's entertaining. It's just something, as I said, the average man, I don't think could make a connection. I wouldn't think so to this Usher. But hey, you know what? A lot of people thought it was the most amazing halftime show they've ever seen, Mike. This was something that people were saying. To say it was the most amazing halftime show, I think that's a little too much.
That's still Prince.
But Prince. Okay. I thought
you're missing the best part of the halftime show was Alicia Keys.
I liked my personal favorite one was the one with Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre
That
and
one was
Eminem.
really good.
I
Yes,
thought
yes.
that
That
was
was
by
good.
far the best,
That was,
especially being
yeah,
from my generation and my age.
yeah.
I thought that
But
was the
did you see
best.
the stripper fall off the pole when Luda was performing?
I don't know.
Yeah, she fell off
I
the
think
pole.
I did.
Yeah, it's kind of like how when Katy Perry had Left Shark going the wrong way. It was kind of like that. Yeah, she's sitting there, she's hanging on the pole, and then she just slides right down and falls right off. It was great.
Did you see the fan that got thrown up into the air and fell down?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Someone check on that guy. He might be feeling a little rough today. And we had a streaker, but they really weren't streaking.
We did have
So
a streaker.
no, they had clothes on. They weren't streaking. If you're gonna streak, you streak. You commit. Those guys did not commit. They were not 100% engaged in the game, kind of like Kyle Shanahan.
Also, you know what? Let's jump into these prop bets, guys.
All right,
Kind of
let's
jump
do
at the
this.
bit here.
Let's do
I
it.
I want to find out who won. Derpy believes that he lost. He had lost to your 5-year-old son. So our quest today, guys, on our 500th show is to find out if Derpy is smarter than a 5-year-old. I don't know. I don't know the answers. We're gonna figure it out all right now. I have the answers. I just didn't plug it to the questions yet. So here we go, guys. The 10 questions that were asked last week at a prop bet to see if Derpy was smarter than a 5-year-old. First question was for your son. You asked him thumbs up or thumbs down. National anthem, was it going to be 2 minutes long? 2 minutes would be over. Under 2 minutes, thumbs down would be under, up, thumbs up would be over. And it was 1 minute and 36 seconds. And your son won that. It did not make it to 2 minutes. So he is up 1-0.
Did you notice when she was singing, she had a watch on? She put money on that. She was timing herself.
The coin toss. Also, I'm going in I'm going in order.
Yes, I noticed that.
So I'm not giving you, I'm not going with the MVP first, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, national anthem first. So then the coin toss was another one by your son. Thumbs up was heads, thumbs down was tails.
Yep.
And it was thumbs up. Your son has a 2-0 lead on Derpy.
Tails never fails, buddy.
Derpy, this next one came down to you. This was the first play. Was it going to be a pass play or a run play? You said pass, and it was a run. So Mike's son was able to steal a point off you on that play.
Yeah, baby.
Also, that puts Mike's son up 3-0. First score. Now, this one was for your son. Was it going to be a touchdown? That would have been thumbs up, or thumbs down would have been field goal or safety. And it, in fact, was a field goal. 4-0.
Gaius is running away with it early, man.
You're just
he's like Detroit in the NFC Championship game. He's just on the sidelines waving.
All right, so then we advance a little while. Everything now would be something you would have to wait till the end of the game.
Yeah.
The next one was Derpy's question. Will there be or will there not be an onside kick in this game? He said there was not going to be an onside kick, and that was correct. So Derpy, you're on the board, 4-1. Halfway to go.
There you go, bud.
Time for the comeback. The next one was there going to be a 2-point conversion? And this was for Mike's son. Thumbs up was yes. Thumbs down was no. He said no, and that is correct.
Yeah, well, my kid knows ball, baby. He knows ball.
So 5-1 is what it's at now. Derpy, you have a chance. You have a chance to tie.
You got a chance, bud. You got a chance. You got to sweep the next 4.
All right.
Can you do it?
Derpy, the next question was Jason Kelsey going to take his shirt off? Were we going to see a shirtless Jason Kelsey? Derpy, you said no, and that was correct.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
I think Mrs. Jason Kelsey had him on lockdown. She was like, "You're not embarrassing me here at the Super Bowl. After you can do whatever you want in the game." Nuh-uh.
So Derpy, you now are down 5-2 to a 5-year-old. Let's see if you can at least tie this thing.
Yeah, come on, Derpy. You can rebound, bud. You can rebound.
The next question was in prop bets for the game yesterday, who was going to have the ball last? Who was going to have the ball last? Now, this was a question for Mike's 5-year-old son. thumbs up was the Chiefs. Thumbs down was the 49ers. And he picked the Chiefs. So with that question, with that prop bet, gave Mike's 5-year-old the victory. Nonetheless, we'll finish through because we still do have a couple left here. The Gatorade was orange or another color, so the purple really is irrelevant. Or wasn't purple? Was
it
purple?
was purple. It was purple. I verified. It was purple.
So Derpy, you did say that it was going to be other than orange, so you did get the point for that. And also, let's see. And the very last one was an MVP. Was the MVP going to be a quarterback? And Derpy had said yes for that, and the MVP was in fact a quarterback. So the final was 6-4, Derpy. You lost to a 5-year-old by a score of 6-4. Yeah. So I need you to tell us. I need you to say here on in the show today, I Derpy. Repeat after me.
I Derpy.
I Derpy am not as smart. Got to say it.
I am not as smart
as a 5-year-old.
As a 5-year-old.
All right, there you go, everybody. And that's what, you know.
Oh.
It was
Derpy. It was a hard fought battle, Derpy.
It was a hard fought battle.
You came back, but you didn't quit, man. You fought till the bitter end. You know, no shame in that, buddy. You kept fighting. You kept plugging away. When the odds were stacked against you, you kept fighting.
Derpy, you did all right.
You know?
You did all right. Guys, so that's the prop bets. I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to figure out this. I couldn't wait to figure out this result. But in fact,
Ryan was kind of like teasing me in text messages last night about, you know, how these prop bets were going.
Yeah, at the one point when you were up 3-0, like I knew right off the top, I was like, oh shit, Derpy didn't get that. Oh shit,
it was just on a roll.
So there you go, Derpy. You lost, and you are not as smart as a 5-year-old, but that's all right, Derpy. With autism.
I whispered that, Ryan. You're supposed to let this go underneath.
So there you go. Derpy, I
try not to make Derpy feel bad. Okay?
Derpy, I feel no less. Derpy. I still appreciate
Quit rubbing it in my face, Mike.
I told Ryan, I'm like, I'm gonna, if I win or if my kid wins, I'm rubbing this in Derpy's face. He's like, don't go too hard on him.
So there you go.
But then I was like, all right, I won't. But then I remembered what you've been saying the past 3 weeks when you've been winning every week. You've just been rubbing it in. But you're not me, Derpy. I'm going to take the high road. I'm not going to rub in the fact that you lost to a 5-year-old who knows nothing about football. And you are
That's okay.
third wheel. You're sitting third mic on a football podcast, and the 5-year-old beat you. I'm just throwing it out there.
Hey, Derpy,
we might have an opening, Derpy.
You only have 365 days to think about it. All right.
You're right. You're right.
You can get back at him. You can get him back.
You know what? You mentioned Derpy. I will give you this. You did mention Keanu Benton and Herbig before the draft. If you can do that again this offseason, you know, key in some guys for us on the offseason, you know, we won't replace you with the 5.
Derpy, I promise you will not be replaced by the 5-year-old.
We'll see. You're on thin ice, Derpy. You're on thin ice.
Yeah,
Call me bald one more time.
Nice. Give me a minute.
I got something for him. Should I bring that out?
Hold on. I still got. Yes, but no. Hold on. I got to find real quick here what I'm looking for because I also found something very, very interesting, guys. Pay attention to this, if you will, for a minute.
Okay.
In 2020 and 2024, these are similarities. Okay. The Chiefs and the 49ers, both in 20 and 24, were played each other in the Super Bowl. So this is the theme. Just bear with me.
Yep.
In both of those years, also Lamar Jackson won the MVP. In both of those years, the Ravens won the AFC North. Both of those years, the Texans win the AFC South with 10 wins. The Chiefs won the AFC West in both of those years. The Chargers were last in the AFC West both of those years. Washington was last in the NFC with 13 losses both of those years. Panthers are in last place in the NFC South both of those years. The 49ers won the NFC West both of those years. The Cardinals lost the NFC, was last in the NFC both those years. The Chiefs are the home team both of those years. 49ers were the 1 seed both of those years. Billie Eilish won Song of the Year both of those years. The Chiefs were plus 600 preseason odds to win the Super Bowl both of those years. The 49ers beat the Packers in the playoffs both of those years. The Bruins and the Maple Leafs finished top 5 in the East both of those years. The Avalanche finished second in the West both of those years. Celtics and Bucks both finished top 3 in the East both of those years. Nuggets finished third in the West both of those years. Number one seed wins college football both of those years. 2 undefeated teams play in the CFP both of those years. The loser of the CFP was by 3 scores in both of those years. Joel Embiid from the Philadelphia 76ers had surgery to repair his left hand, and this year he had surgery to repair his left knee. Panthers fire Ron Rivera after a loss, and Commanders fire Ron Rivera after a loss this year. Finally, the winner of the Citrus Bowl scores 35 points in both 2020 and in 2024. So, some things
glitch in the matrix.
Glitch in the matrix. So
Cue the X-Files theme.
It was
exactly.
I tell you what, it was meant to be. There was not much that you could have done because of all those things put together. And if they would have lost, the Kansas City Chiefs would have lost, that would have bucked the whole system.
Yeah, I'm afraid be like the like a butterfly flapping its wings and causing a tsunami. If they would have lost, I'm afraid to see the ripple effects. I'm glad they won. Let's keep it safe.
So there you have that. Derpy. Now, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna sing this to Mike? Is that your plan?
To me?
I don't think I'll sing it, but I'll just say the lyrics.
There we go. I want to hear these lyrics, man. Are they as good as T Swift?
Well, they were written by an AI.
All right, so they're good about any other pop artist.
Actually,
let me hear
you say them. You say it, Ryan.
I don't want to say them.
You go, Derpy. Come on, Derpy. Let's go.
I wanted to do something bigger with them. I wanted to have somebody sing them or somebody that actually has All right, well, just bear with me.
I'm bearing with you.
Minka Fitzpatrick won the 2024 Bart Starr Award, guys, for his outstanding character, integrity, and leadership on and off the field.
Well deserved.
I couldn't agree more.
I think, yeah, like he was like a voice of reason this year on this team. You saw when he was injured, when George would start to get down, he would be one of the guys on the sidelines talking to him. I agree with that. I like that.
Also, a couple of things here, Mike. You know what? Why don't you go ahead and talk about the website, and then I'll get into a few of these extra things, and then we'll try to iron this out with Derpy. I'm not sure what Derpy really wants to do here, but yeah, let's hear about the website, man.
The Dum Yinzers. Over there, we got all of our social links. We got our merch store. Like I said the other day, I got a couple ideas on there. Might have some designs that aren't just sports related, and we got the blog over there. Like I said, once we get closer to free agency and draft, or actually to the draft, once the combine kicks off, there'll be more activity over there. Get ready for mock drafts. Not just focusing on the Steelers, but the rest of the AFC North, and maybe even a couple full mock drafts, not full 7 rounds, but at least the first 2 rounds, including all the teams. So that'll all be happening over at the2dumyinzers.com.
Go check it out, everybody. A lot of cool things over there. As Mike said, he puts a lot of hard work into it. Go check it out, www.the2dumyinzers.com. That's www.the2dumyinzers.com. Brian on the board, that was my idea at first. I'd love to have Morgan Gruber. You know what? She would do it, I think. But it just seems like it would be such a big deal. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. I'm just
we'll find it. We'll see if we can have AI sing it to me.
Yeah, if AI could sing it, that would work. Unless you want to sing it, Derpy.
I mean, if you want me to sing the full song,
sing a little bit of it. Give us a taste, and we'll tell you if we want you to sing more. Can you do that?
Fine, I'll sing up to the chorus.
Fine.
Oh.
Okay.
Let's hear this.
All right, here we go. So this, guys, is Derpy's song that him and the AI created for Mike. Derpy,
This one's for you, Mike.
this is for you, Mike.
Derpy.
Bald Mike, walking in, looking kind of lean. His head shines bright like a movie scene. With his crew by his side, they're the dynamic team. Everybody in the club, they're the new supreme. Yeah, Bald Mike, shining so bright, turning up the heat like dynamite. Yeah, Bald Mike, leading the pack, making the crowd go wild. That's a fact. I'll leave
I
it
like
at
it.
that.
I like it.
You know what? This needs to be a country song, a metal song, and rapped. I want
think-
three versions.
Well, he
of this
based it
song.
off of the Taylor Swift song, didn't you, Derpy?
Yeah.
This
No, I based this one off of I think Usher.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, that's good. I mean, we just
Yes.
need somebody who could sing it. You know what I mean? You don't come to me when you're looking for somebody who could sing.
You're right.
Derpy,
You want me to
Derpy,
keep
find
going or
AI
leave it at that?
online. Find AI online that will sing and then record it.
Do it in Usher's
right.
voice. I want Usher. I want to hear it in Usher's
You'll hear it in
voice,
Usher's voice.
singing the mic. Brian on the board said that was really good. That's that'd be encouragement for you, Derpy. That's. Do you
want me
mean
to keep
you
going?
mean the singing, Brian? Was the
No, we're good. We're good, Derpy.
Was the singing
Okay,
good? Is that
okay,
what you're
okay.
referring to, or was the actual lyrics? Because a computer wrote the lyrics. Derpy did the singing. Couple other things, guys. Post
What do you-
Malone. He sung the pregame.
He did very well.
Wouldn't that make him pre-Malone?
Eh.
No.
Easy E would rap that. Yeah, Easy E would rap that really
Yeah,
well.
AZE would do good.
Because it's nice and slow.
Pittsburgh is exploring the possibility of a pro basketball team once again. Is there any way a Pittsburgh pro basketball team could survive? I say no. If you look in the economics of it, you'd see that there's just not enough entertainment dollars in Pittsburgh, I believe, to support a whole nother professional team. We've had, and it's hard to compare because we've had CBA teams and we had teams of this caliber, but it's not an NBA team. So, until you really have it,
Yeah.
I think long term it would fail. I just do. There's not, we're barely supporting the Pirates, for crying out loud, and that's a team that has a lot of history in our
Home for the Pirates.
city.
It would be cool to have that fourth major league team, but
I just don't
I
think we're
don't
big
know.
enough. We're not a big city.
we're not a Pittsburgh is not a big market at all. No.
In the list of top cities with high STD rates, the number one city overall in this country, guys, for the high STD rates is actually Memphis, Tennessee. Number one,
You know what?
just edging out Jackson, Mississippi.
This doesn't surprise me that it's somewhere down south.
And finally, Caitlin Clark became the only D1 player ever to record 3,000 points and 1,000 assists.
Jeez,
Pretty
she's
amazing.
Congrats.
She's
She lost to
amazing.
Ohio State.
She's amazing.
Yeah, she's tough, man. Seems like she's been in college for 40 years, but you know what?
She's on that Kenny Pickett, Bo Nix,
She is.
Michael Penix Jr. plan.
All right, guys.
Just keep staying.
This is the Super Bowl MVP trivia because why not, right?
Why not?
Today we are going to do a Super
do
Bowl MVP trivia. Here we go.
Here we go.
Who was the last Super Bowl MVP not named Brady or Mahomes? Guys,
Ooh.
who was the last Super Bowl MVP not named Brady or Mahomes? Take a minute to think that over. We are live, everybody, 5 days a week, right here from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. every day. We do it. And if you missed this or you just rather listen to the show in podcast form, we put it up live every day. The brand new show over on Spotify at 8 o'clock p.m.
Yeah, I got
If
that.
you're in the gym, you're in the car, maybe you're just taking a walk and you got your earbuds and you want to listen to the two Dum Yinzers, pop in Spotify and check it out every day, 8 o'clock. All right, guys, the question of the day is this. Play along on the board if you know the answer. If you don't, play along as well. The question of the day is this, guys. Who was the last Super Bowl MVP not named Brady or Mahomes? I'm going to start with Derpy. Derpy, who do you think? Who was the last MVP that didn't have one of those last two names?
Derpy.
Um, Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford. Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to lock Derpy into place with Matthew Stafford. All right, Mike. Question of the day: who is the last Super Bowl MVP not named Brady or Mahomes? Derpy says Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, that's who I'm going with.
Matthew Stafford. That's your final answer?
Yep.
All right, you guys are both locked in on Matthew Stafford. Guys, here it is. This probably is going to be our last Super Bowl question for a while. Super Bowl MVP trivia be this: who was the last Super Bowl MVP not named Brady or Mahomes? Here were the choices. I didn't want to give them because I thought it might have gave it away, but here were the choices: A. Matthew Stafford, B. Nick Foles, D. Cooper Kupp, D. Julian Edelman. And the answer to the question, who was the last Super Bowl MVP not named Brady or Mahomes, was Cooper Kupp, guys.
Oh wow.
Right
Yeah, it was
Super
Cooper
Bowl,
Kupp.
right team,
Yep.
wrong white guy. So there you have it. There is the question of the day, guys. Great job as always. I do want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out with us today. Again, I'm not making this a big. I was going to make this a big occasion and do a bunch of things, but again, this is just another
Another day.
milestone. We'll be doing it at 600, 700, 800. We'll be doing it at 1,000. So everybody, we do appreciate you coming and hanging out during this 500th episode. But you know what? At the end of the day, tomorrow's going to be 501, and we'll be doing it all over again. So we do appreciate you. We do appreciate everybody that congratulated us today. I've got quite a bit of that off the show. I do want to say thank you to everybody. We appreciate everybody. As always, we want to say thank you to everybody on the board. You always keep things interesting. And then also we do have a surprise in the middle of the week, though, it is pertaining to the to our 500th show. I'm going to touch base more on that tomorrow. We'll talk more, get more depth into it, but it's something a little special we have coming up on Wednesday, guys. Mike, I've already talked to you. Derpy, I'll get in touch with you more on this. But Wednesday we have something little extra for you on Wednesday, guys. So, Mike, anything before we get ready to take off?
I got nothing other than I can't wait till the draft and free agency needs to get here.
Derpy.
Roger Goodell, you still suck.
All right, there you go,
Dang,
everybody.
Derpy.
What is mine? Mine is I gave away all my extra notes. I wanted to save something to the end. I was gonna save the herpes one or the STD one, but I got carried away and I just wanted to talk about.
You did get carried away.
How about this? How about I don't know.
I got another one.
Okay. Let me use yours. What's yours, Derpy?
I was just gonna say,
You're
love you,
gonna
mom.
You're gonna sing about Mike's mom?
No, I was just gonna say, love you, mom. My mom.
Oh,
that's nice.
oh, there you go. All right, I'll take that one. I love you too, Derby's mom. With that being said, I do want to say thank you everybody for checking us out. We'll be back to do it all over again tomorrow. For Mike in the Steeler Central Mobile Studio,
guys.
Derpy and his mom, me, and the Two Dum Yinzers show. We love you all from here at the 500th episode of the Two Dum Yinzers. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.